I just picked up this high flow oil filter. It's going to be going on my 89 Sportster. Now, as mentioned on the earlier video, that the 86 to 90 Sportsters, which are the early Evo chain drive Sportsters with the 4-speed, they have a less powerful oil pump than the 91 and above. And actually 91, besides improving the oil pump, they improved the oil routing, the way the routing goes. And then they made improvements after that too, beyond that. Now, if you have an 84, 85, 83 late iron head Sportster, the oil pumps are even weaker, but it takes a different filter. What I think I was running into a problem was I was getting some excess pressure in the crankcase, and some of it was coming out of the breather. It wasn't due to worn out engine components. It wasn't due to the oil overfilled. I think it had to do with the restrictive oil filter. And so when the oil got really, really hot in the summertime, after running like a good 150 miles in Florida summer, it would actually create some back pressure in the crankcase because the filter was not flowing as well with the super thin oil with the weaker oil pump. So like I said, that's only really what the 86 to 90 I think you're going to run a problem with. Now, I'm also getting this because my bike, since it's a chain drive 4-speed, even though it's geared as much for highway as possible, it's got a 23 sprocket in the front and a 46 in the back. Normally it's a 21 in the front and a 48 in the back. It gives it, I think, like 17% more difference for like less RPM on a highway. But still at 82 miles an hour, I'm running 4,000 RPM. So I want to have a filter that's really flowing a lot. So this comes with, it's cool, it comes with an extra seal right here. So that's cool. Supposedly you can use these about 4 times, these rings. I got 3 more here, I got 1 there. So that's, 2, 4, 5, that's like 20 oil changes before I have to get before I have to get an O-ring. You take this out, you press this down, turn it like that, and it pops out. And that's your filter. This has that neodymium magnet in here to pick up the any type of iron particles, not aluminum of course, but usually it's iron you would be wearing out. And it's got a spring in here. So if you're going to clean this, I'm going to use brake cleaner when I clean it. You want to spray it on the inside and have it go out, because what happens is it flows from this side and it pumps out this way. But I should also mention, I was always trying to confuse as to how could these be flowing so much more oil. Well, the reason is it's not depletes. The difference is that you don't need to have like a metal tube in here. And you'd have to if you had paper, you'd have to have a metal tube in here with holes in it. So that would be to restrict the oil flow, because even though the paper would let it go through, it would have to go through that tube that's in the middle. And you need that tube in the middle on the paper oil filters, because the paper isn't strong enough to hold the top and the bottom of the filter together. You'd have to have a metal tube in there. So that's where, that's the bottleneck for the oil. So like this, considering that this is a stainless steel mesh, you don't need that tube. So this flows supposedly 7 times more oil than a regular filter. So even if you're going full RPM or initial startup, it should be full oil pressure, full oil flow, and it's got 30 microns consistently, which is very good. So I don't think I was thinking about getting it for the other bike, the 91. I said, now I'm not going to, because it's like it's got a better oil pump in it. Plus, it's got 5 gears. Plus, I don't think I'm going to be taking that one on a really long trips if like the 89. I like the 89 because it's got the bigger bags on it. It's got it's just more comfortable to me. I don't know why, but it is. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm used to it, even though they're almost the same thing. The 91 Sportster and 89 Sportster are almost the same thing. But I'm going to put this on here. We'll see how this goes. give it some test riding and all this wonderful stuff. But all right, so this goes to 35 microns. That's fine. The other thing that convinced me about buying these was they say the Buell Racing team was using them. I know why they were using them, because they want to inspect the oil filter to see if there's any kind of engine particles in there and stuff like that, see how the engine's wearing during racing. But still, it's a filter that's not going to restrict your oil in the least. You know, as a matter of fact, I think it's some of the old shovel heads and pan heads. They had oil filters in there, but they used to take them out. They didn't even run oil filters, man. I think it was partly because there wasn't, I think like in the pan heads, there wasn't like enough oil coming to the top of the, you know, I mean, they made improvements over the years and the aftermarket did stuff, but it gave more oil flow to the top end, you know. So I personally think these would be good on every bike though, but maybe not really necessary. You know, maybe I'll get one in a couple years for the 91 Sportster, but for now I got some oil filters. I don't need to get it. I just think it's pretty much essential for the older Evos. But I'm not sure how many people are actually riding the 86 to 90 Evo Sportsters, or, you know, even if they are, they're probably not riding them that much. I actually put some miles on mine, so, you know. Yeah, it also has, right here, it has the hull, you know, if you want to wire it and stuff like that. You know, it's got the cooling fins on it. So, it works for like just a whole bunch of years, pretty much all the Evos, I think. So, anyway, it's a great idea. You know, it's like, just because it didn't come with the bike, went from factory, it probably should have, you know, in my opinion. That sounded okay. It sounded like the top end was a little quieter. Maybe there's more oil going to the top end. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm not going to put it on the other bike, I don't think, but this one with the older oil pump, 86 to 90, seems to benefit from it.